Most people spend their whole lives following a path they never chose. It's not that they're lazy, it's that they never question the default settings. Think about it. From the moment you're born, things start getting decided for you. What school you go to, what success looks like, what kind of life you're supposed to want. By the time you're old enough to make your own decisions, you're already deep into a storyline you didn't write. Wake up, be productive, make money, stay busy, don't fall behind. And when it does start to feel off, when you burn out or feel stuck, most people blame themselves. But what if the problem isn't you? What if it's the script you're following? The thing about these invisible rules is, you don't even realize you're following them. A friend of mine once told me she felt behind in life, like no matter what she achieved, it wasn't enough. She got into a good college, landed a solid job, was making decent money. But she still felt like she was losing some race in the game of life. And when I asked her, compared to who? She just laughed and said, I don't even know anymore. That's what these rules do. They turn life into a game with invisible scoreboards, unclear goals, and no reset button. You end up chasing things you don't even care about, just because you feel like you're supposed to. So why do we follow these rules? Because we've been trained to. Think about school. You're taught to raise your hand to speak, to walk in straight lines, to wait for permission before doing anything. From the age of 5, you learn that staying in line gets rewarded, and stepping out of it, that gets you in trouble. You're told your value is tied to a number, your grade, your rank, your score. And when you're constantly ranked against other people, comparison becomes automatic. It starts to feel normal to judge your success by someone else's pace. By the time you're an adult, you're still playing that same game. You just swapped grades for job titles, test scores for bank accounts. That's how invisible rules work. They start early, they feel normal, and you rarely stop to ask, do I even agree with this? There's a famous study from Stanford that shows just how deep this goes. In the 1970s, a group of researchers turned the basement of the psychology department into a fake prison. They randomly assigned 24 normal college students to be either guards or prisoners. No real instructions, just play your role. Within a few days, things got dark. The guards started getting aggressive. Some made the prisoners do push-ups as punishment. Others forced them to clean toilets with their bare hands. The prisoners? They became anxious, withdrawn, obedient, even when they hadn't done anything wrong. It got so bad at the experiment that was supposed to last 2 weeks, had to be shut down after just 6 days, all from nothing but labels and environment. These were regular students, not psychopaths, not criminals, just people, following the roles they were given. That's the scary part. People don't just follow rules, they become them. And if you're not careful, your environment, your labels, your expectations, they start writing your story for you. But here's the good news. Just like roles shape people, people can reshape roles. And once you start seeing the invisible rules for what they are, you can start changing them. That experiment shows how fast we can fall into roles, even ones that go against who we are. You can reshape your environment, and you can start by doing one simple thing most people never do. Question the rule. That panic when someone else is doing better than you, that pressure to keep up, even when you're exhausted, those aren't facts. They're rules you picked up somewhere, maybe from school, maybe from your parents, maybe from a culture that told you you're only valuable when you're producing something. But not all rules deserve to stay. Next time you catch one of those thoughts, just pause and ask, is it actually helping me? Would I pass this belief down to someone I love? If not, maybe it's time to rewrite it. Now that you've started seeing these invisible rules, what do you do about them? How do you actually shift out of them and start living on your own terms? Here's where most people go wrong. They try to change everything overnight, but it doesn't work like that. This isn't about breaking the game, it's about learning how to play it differently. Step 1. Spot your default. Start with one part of your day, just one, and ask, am I doing this because I chose it, or because I've always done it this way? Your morning routine, the way you work, how you respond to failure, these patterns are where the rules hide. Step 2. Challenge the voice in your head. The next time that inner critic shows up, the one that says, you're not doing enough, or you should be further by now, look at where your peers are. Pause. Ask it, says who? That voice isn't always your own. A lot of times it's school, or family, or hustle culture. When you name the source, you start taking back control. Step 3. Replace old rules with better ones. You can't just delete a rule and hope things get better. You have to replace it with something that actually serves you. Instead of, if I rest, I'm lazy. Say, rest helps me stay creative and clear. Instead of, success means being the best. Try, success means being aligned with what matters to me. Reprogramming your mind this way helps you create change, one belief at a time. Step 4. Redesign your environment. If you're trying to change how you think, but everything around you keeps reinforcing the old script, you're going to feel stuck. So shift the environment too. Clean your digital space. Mute the noise on social media that keeps pulling you back into comparison. Create friction between you and old habits. Surround yourself with content people and spaces that reflect who you're becoming. Tiny adjustments mean massive ripple effects. Step 5. Make it yours. Ask yourself, what kind of life actually feels good to me? Not just impressive to others? What values do I want to live by? What does progress look like in my story? The more honest you get with those answers, the less power those invisible rules have over you. Everyone is on their own journey with different goals in life. Start living on your own terms. You don't have to follow a script someone else wrote. You don't have to earn your worth. You get to choose what your life means. You get to rewrite the game. So here's your first mission. Spot one rule you've been living by and change it. Doesn't have to be dramatic, just real. Let it be the first of many.